Hey guys, taking a little trip today to Whole Foods, or I should actually say tonight. It's crappy Buffalo weather, it's all cold. But we're here at Whole Foods Markets and we're going to discuss a little bit about some healthy food and the reason to go organic and to solve the problem of why most food is not organic. And there's a lot of stuff in there, crap in there that you shouldn't eat. So now we are inside Whole Foods Markets in Buffalo, New York, and thought I would provide a nice backdrop of the store. And I think it'd be beneficial to talk a little bit about the history of the company. So it was founded by John Lackey, Renee Lawson Hardy, Craig Weller, and Mark Skiles, and the first store was created in 1980 in Austin, Texas. And since then, they have grown by leaps and bounds to become a very large organization. Now, some mission statements from the company. I'm going to act a little bit like a salesman here. I'm going to read them off. Who we are? Well, we seek out the finest natural and organic foods available, maintain the strictest quality standards in the industry, and have an unshakable commitment to sustainable agriculture. Add to that the excitement and fun we bring to shopping for groceries, and you start to get a sense of what we're all about. Oh yeah, we're a mission-driven company too, unquote. Pretty catchy. Quality standards. When you walk in our doors, you'll find vibrant stacks of produce, animal welfare-rated meat, responsibly farmed and sustainable wild-caught seafood, and body care products with ingredients that you can trust. That's because we have experienced team members who help make it all possible. They partner with farmers and suppliers and carefully vet our products to make sure that they meet our high standards by 1, researching ingredients, 2, reading labels, and 3, auditing sourcing practices, all to make shopping easier for you. Remember, if it doesn't meet our standards, we don't sell it, unquote. Love the catchy lines that they use, great. Anyways, lastly, caring for local and global communities, quote. As a company, we deeply value giving back to those who have helped us succeed. Each of our stories has a unique way of connecting with their local communities to best serve that community's needs. We reach out both nationally and globally, 1, to provide microcredit loans in developing countries, 2, promote ethical trade with our global partners, 3, support local nonprofits with our 5% Giving Back Days, and lastly, provide healthier choices in schools and improve access to nutritious food for underserved neighborhoods. So based on those 3 things, who they are, the quality standards, and caring for local and global communities, that's one of the reasons why I decided to choose this company. They have great mission statements, and I believe that they live out those quotes. Now, basically here, they actually have on their list for produce things that they do not include in any of their produce. They don't have any GMOs, antibiotics, growth hormones, or synthetic fertilizers. So I think it makes sense to really discuss and explain to you what those are. Even if some of you know already, I'm going to explain it again. GMOs. GMOs are genetically modified organisms that has its DNA altered or modified in some way through genetic engineering. The Center for Food Safety actually calls the genetic engineering of plants, quote, one of the greatest and most intractable environmental challenges of the 21st century. It's a pretty bold statement, but it is a problem. In more than 60 countries around the world, there are significant restrictions or even outright bans on the production and sale of GMOs. So there's obviously, a concern for having GMOs in the first place, and that's why this company is a differentiator, because they don't have any included in any of their produce. Now, growth hormones. I'm sure you've all heard of human growth hormones, but growth hormones are peptide hormones that stimulate growth, cell reproduction, and cell regeneration in humans and other animals. Surveys have found that more than 2/3 of Americans say they're concerned about the use of synthetic growth hormones in cows. So in a lot of red meats, they have this in there, and it's a concern to Americans. Another differentiator about this company, they're doing something pretty good, in my opinion, by not having that in any of their meats. Great differentiator. And lastly, synthetic fertilizers. Synthetic fertilizers are man-made inorganic compounds that are usually derived from byproducts of the petroleum industry. On the contrary, there are organic fertilizers, and those are materials that are derived from plant and animal parts. I would rather have my fertilizers come from plant and organic, parts rather than, stuff from the petroleum industry specifically. Most synthetic fertilizers do not contain any micronutrients, and that's a problem because we need micronutrients in our body to be more healthy. And they release nutrients way too quickly, which leads to weaker and disease-prone plants with less fruiting. And this is a problem as well because, produce that's having less fruiting, that means they have to plant more. What we already plant and have, and especially companies would want this as well, you want to maintain good fruiting so you have more produce to provide to your customers and etc. So that's also a problem with having inorganic compounds and man-made material. That's just the problem with that. So looking at all of that together, this company really is a huge differentiator that they have no GMOs, antibiotic, growth hormones, or synthetic fertilizers. So the next thing I want to do is I want to interview somebody here who's a customer and just say from their standpoint, 1, why they like the company so much, and also if they would continue shopping here, and I'd love to hear their reasons for that. If you don't mind being on camera, I'm asking some customers and people who, go here, one, why they shop here, and two, just some of the benefits compared to some other supermarkets that you've been to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I've been here for the last probably three and a half years. And really what's unique about this supermarket is that it's all organic. There's no antibiotics or GMOs that go into the food. The animals are treated humanely. They're not tortured or anything like that. And yeah, everything's all natural, and it's just for my lifestyle as a bodybuilder and as someone who wants to have lean organic food and put organic food in my body, it just fits my criteria.
Okay, and does this benefit way better than Wegmans and Tops, would you say? Or is there good stuff there, just not as much as here?
There's good stuff there, just more of a variety here. More of a variety of the good stuff here as far as all natural, no antibiotics, no GMOs, things like that.
Okay, sir, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Anytime.
Nice to meet you. Take care. So the final reflections I would like to give about today, going to Whole Foods Market in Buffalo, New York here, is we learned the problem. And the problem is that there's many different food markets out there that are serving produce that has GMOs, antibiotics, and things of that nature that's not really healthy for the consumer or people eating it. I think we have to be much more cautious about what we're putting into our food. I think it's also important to also treat animals humanely. I am aware that there are certain practices that are not humane, and we should focus on that as well and bring that to light. But there's many different things that we've learned, and the solution for all of that is to do exactly what Whole Foods Market is doing. What they have done is they've, one, created an example for other people to follow by stepping up to the plate and making sure that their food has no GMOs, no antibiotics, none of that. And most of their food is organic, which is only going to help their bottom line, I believe, by being environmentally conscious and also just having a positive impact on the world.